Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Lorna Evans. I'm a clinical psychotherapist, and today's video is going to help us understand how does depression impact our bodies. So people often say, oh, I feel depressed, I'm feeling depressed. So we're bringing the body in. So just to begin to notice, what do you feel? Being curious about that and noticing. So depression is lower energy, heavy, want to check out, don't want to be here anymore. Okay, we don't want to move, we don't want to connect. So let's look at some areas that are really normal with depression for the impacts and the side effects it's going to have on our body. First of all, you're going to have little interest or pleasure in doing things that you used to enjoy. This will come back. I just want you to bring your awareness to what's going on and also to normalize it. So it's quite normal if you really loved going running or playing netball or playing on games or reading books or watching box sets or knitting or playing the fiddle, whatever it is, it's really normal when we're feeling depressed that we're just really can't be bothered. I've got pretty much little interest in doing that. You may notice that you are moving slowly, thinking slowly. You may notice it, or other people may notice it. Especially in the workplace, this may be noticed, or you're doing a lot to hide it. Again, please hear that this is a normal side effect of depression. With depression, it's really going to impact sleep. So you're either going to notice too much sleep, too little sleep, or trouble getting to sleep. So really beginning to notice the impact on your sleep. And sleep and mental health are completely connected. And when we start going a bit wonky with our sleep, we start to feel really unwell very, very quickly. So sleep's something that we have to start fixing, looking at, bringing awareness to quite soon. So your sleep's going to be very wonky. Also, you're going to be feeling tired, and depression tired is different to regular tired. So this may sound familiar to you. So I'd like you to take your awareness to, hang on, am I normally tired? Like I've just had a big day, or I've just done something, or I've been physically active. Depression tired is different. It's like a dark veil that comes over and you just want to check out. It might be 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It might be 10 minutes before you wake up and get out of bed. So it's beginning to notice that different heavy energy and that different type of tiredness with depression. Or food. Okay, food's super important. With depression, you may notice that you are overeating or having quite little interest in eating. And again, there's a link here with blood sugar. And actually, if we don't eat great and when we're depressed, self-care's sort of gone out of the window and we're not eating great, when our blood sugar dips, we feel even worse. So that's going to pull us down even more. So just beginning to notice that. And this is very normal when people are depressed, that their food and appetite is going to change quite drastically. You may have a feeling that you've let people down, yourself, family members, work colleagues. Again, just noticing and being aware that this is a really normal side effect of feeling depressed, and just keeping an eye on those negative thoughts. With depression, the negative thoughts, they've just got like a huge canal to just keep going and going and going with the negative thoughts. So please be mindful of the negative thoughts. Also, just segueing into the brain here, there is a real issue that we'll start to forget things. Literally, you may be watching a film and then you forget what's going on, reading a book, you're having to reread pages of a book, you're speaking to someone and literally you've just forgotten what the person's talking about. So this is a very common side effect of depression, and very often I work a lot with young people, and they'll say, oh my God, and it's really shameful for them to even say this because they've never spoken it to anyone before, and they'll say, oh my God, my memory's gone and I'm worried I've got Alzheimer's like my grandma. This is really something that people are holding, you know. Not only are you feeling down, depressed, oh my God, now I think I've got Alzheimer's, right? This is a very common side effect of feeling depressed, okay? So please hear me say this, that it will get better when we start to look after ourselves, go to therapy, take care of ourselves. Just hold in mind it's an extremely common side effect that your memory and your cognitive processing, like literally the cogs, right? The cognitive processing, it slows really, really down. Okay, so hold in mind this is a normal side effect of depression, that when you start treatment, when you start looking after yourself, watching videos like this and having awareness, it will get better. With depression, more often than not, these symptoms, the depression, is the normal reaction to the abnormal situation that's going on in our environment. Think about the pandemic. Think about if it's in the workplace and the bad boss and we're not being heard. Think about the family situation where we're not being heard and no one understands us. So again, just please hear this and hold in mind, it is the normal reaction to the abnormal situation. Negative thoughts. Negative thoughts, as I've just mentioned earlier, when we are depressed, they've got the fast lane, right? And there's loads of them and they're going to repeat. So holding in mind that the sound of these negative thoughts is at times going to be really intrusive. And this is where I need you to be able to go for help, support, and know that what you need to do for your own self-care, what is your routine, what do you need to do? Because in our brain, why we are stopping thinking, why we don't want to move, why we want to check out. And again, as I've mentioned in the previous video about what is depression, depression is occurring because of some stuff that is going on in our environment, okay? Something that is keeping us stuck. Choice has been taken away from us, we are frustrated, and it's being pushed down into the body. That's that low, heavy energy. So in the brain, so here's a bit of neuroscience for you. In the brain, we have about 28 billion neurons in our brain. We love a neuron, okay? So they are like, imagine a little circle with spidery legs on them. They don't touch. We need something called serotonin. Very important word with depression, serotonin. So we need serotonin to be the chemical in between these sort of spidery legs. So when something good happens, it all connects. So it flashes like the Vegas lights, okay? However, when we're depressed, there is no or very little serotonin. And this is part of the work to be well, how we begin to increase our serotonin levels. So when the serotonin is low, when something good happens, it just sort of goes, the message goes back and dies, right? So we feel rubbish and want to check out. So the most important word here that I'd like to give you is the word serotonin. We need to create natural serotonin, and also we may even need to go and see the GP and take an antidepressant, which is chemical serotonin. On the back of the box it says SSRI. It is chemical serotonin that can give us enough energy, serotonin, to start the good things happening so we're able to function. So it's just knowing that you have choice around this, and at certain times of the month, you know, we're going to have bad days, things happen. However, with depression, something in our body, it's being held down. It's keeping us stuck here. Know there's help. If any of this is familiar to you, I really need to encourage you to go and talk to your GP, talk to a friend if there's someone you trust, reach out for support, go and find a therapist. If the GP's waiting times are too long, look into finding a private therapist. Know that you have choice. Do something about this. Become the expert of your own depression and notice what's triggering you. And if you'd like to join me for the next video, we're going to talk more about how we can reduce depression and be well.